It began quietly. No angelic trumpet, no sudden light, only glances that lingered too long. Cashiers paused with change in hand. Friends hesitated mid-sentence. Even a mirror seemed slower to return the reflection. Something had shifted. The world did not yet know what it was witnessing, but heaven did. The chosen moved through familiar streets wrapped in unfamiliar silence. People felt an energy that rearranged the air. They looked, then looked again, not from curiosity, but from recognition they could not name. A frequency once hidden beneath skin had surfaced. Grace now shimmered where fatigue used to rest. Moses did not know that the skin of his face shone because he had been speaking with the Lord. Exodus 34, verse 29. This was not beauty in the worldly sense. It was voltage of the soul, holiness translated into biology. The light behind the eyes had changed hue. Peace replaced performance. The countenance told a story the mouth had never spoken, that God had reached into visible matter and rewritten identity. Mirrors stopped being glass and became witnesses. Each reflection confirmed the same truth. The vessel had been updated. Heaven's craftsmanship now shimmered in bone and breath. The shift was irreversible. Radiance had replaced resemblance. Those who stared were not intruding. They were reading prophecy written across a human face. The world had always awaited evidence that transformation could be seen, and now it stood before them, walking, breathing, unaware of its own brilliance. If people have looked at you strangely lately, type 777. It's not confusion, it's recognition. Heaven altered your reflection to reveal your purpose. The unveiling has already begun. Faces can change without mirrors, without reason, without warning. The chosen does not remember asking for alteration, yet heaven's hand does not wait for permission when purpose requires recognition. It is not surgery that reshapes countenance. It is sovereignty. The invisible sculptor moves through silence, adjusting what light touches first, the face. In unseen realms, angels trace the blueprint of renewal. No scalpel, no shadow, only breath. Heaven does not repaint. It redefines. Skin becomes scripture. Expression becomes prophecy. Every line once drawn by worry is now softened by grace. Every feature reorders itself to match the new frequency of calling. Those who look to him are radiant. Their faces are never covered with shame. Psalm 34, verse 5. This is divine geometry, the intersection of purpose and visibility. Where flesh once carried fatigue, it now carries flame. The light that hovers over the chosen's face is not reflection. It is communication, a message encoded in radiance. The Spirit has passed here. In the unseen, this process is called the touch of recognition. It is how heaven marks those who have completed one assignment and are ready for next. Every angel knows this pattern. Every realm understands it. It means transformation has become visible. Destiny now has a face. There is no wound, only wonder. No pain, only presence. The world may search for scientific language, but heaven calls it by its true name, the invisible hand. If you feel something shifting beneath your skin, peace, light, awareness, type 777. It is not illusion, it is installation. Heaven is refining your reflection to fit your next purpose. The transformation has already begun. Heaven works without incision. No knife, no scar, only intention. The chosen sleeps through the operation, unaware that eternity is rewriting the blueprint beneath the skin. Some awaken lighter, some quieter, all forever changed. The transformation does not happen to the body, but through it. Deep within the unseen, grace begins its careful reconstruction. Cells once coated by fear and fatigue receive new instructions. Reflect glory, not grief. Molecules obey. What science calls regeneration, heaven names resurrection. Even breath feels different, as if carrying whispers of the first creation. The process is delicate, timed with divine precision. Every heartbeat is a hammer strike, shaping radiance. Every tear shed in silence becomes anesthesia for the soul. This is the craftsmanship of the Almighty, a surgery where light replaces blood. He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. Psalm 147, verse 3. No sound accompanies it, yet all creation pauses to watch. The veil between flesh and spirit thins. Something eternal begins to pulse inside temporal form. When it is complete, nothing appears dramatic. No sudden glow, no thunder, but the air remembers. Even silence smells different. Heaven steps back from its own masterpiece and calls it ready. The chosen stirs, unaware that beneath the surface, the architecture of purpose has been restored. What was fractured now conducts glory. If you felt invisible healing in strange calm or sudden peace, type 777. Heaven is performing spiritual surgery, removing the residue of the past. Soon your very presence will testify that restoration has touched the unseen. Morning light finds the chosen before memory does. The face in the mirror appears familiar, yet something resists recognition. The angle of light has not changed, but meaning has. Eyes seem older and younger at once. Ancient calm behind newborn clarity. It is not distortion, it is disclosure. At first comes confusion, then stillness. The reflection looks back with knowledge the viewer has not spoken. Every blink feels like translation between worlds. One human, one holy. The surface glass becomes a thin veil where heaven studies itself through mortal design. Now we see through glass, darkly, but then face to face. 1 Corinthians 13 verse 12. The chosen does not flinch. Fear cannot coexist with recognition. This is the moment where identity shifts from memory to mission. The mirror reveals not what was lost, but what was installed. Light has rearranged the signature itself. The cheekbones carry purpose. The eyes carry prophecy. Every feature holds quiet testimony that conversation with the divine leaves residue. It is not vanity that studies a reflection now, it is reverence. The mirror, once an instrument of appearance, becomes a portal of understanding. Then awareness settles like dew. The old face is retired. The image once known to the world has been archived in eternity's record. What stands here is continuity reborn, a vessel calibrated to transmit glory. If you've looked into mirrors lately and felt different, type 777. It isn't discomfort, it's discovery. Heaven has allowed you to witness your own renewal. What you see is not change, it's confirmation. The world always notices before the soul does. At first it's subtle, a pause in conversation, a tilt of the head, a fleeting stare that lingers too long. People cannot define what they feel, only that something in your presence unsettles the air. They call it beauty, calm, energy, glow, but none of those words fit. What they sense is recognition, without explanation. Old friends search your face for the version they remember and find none. Strangers greet you with hesitation, as if entering sacred ground. Even skeptics feel their certainty soften. The atmosphere you carry interferes with their reasoning. Logic bends under light. It's not intimidation, it's invitation. Arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord rises upon you. Isaiah 60, verse 1. The chosen walks unaware of the quiet storm forming in human perception. Every smile carries weight. Every silence feels like prophecy. People mistake reverence for fascination, curiosity for awe. They do not realize they are standing near the residue of heaven. Those who once mocked now lower their voices in your presence. Those who envied find themselves strangely protective. The transformation exposes the spiritual hunger of everyone around you. Without knowing why, they feel safer, smaller, and somehow seen. You become a mirror that reflects what others forgot they carried, the image of the divine. They stare because they glimpse themselves renewed. They leave confused, yet lighter. Heaven's light always rearranges what it touches. If people have been reacting differently to you lately, type 777. It isn't strangeness, it's signal. They're sensing the light of restoration around you. You're becoming living evidence that transformation can be seen. Wherever the chosen walks, the air begins to listen. Rooms grow quieter, clocks tick softer, and even shadows seem to hesitate. It isn't power in the worldly sense. There are no commands, no gestures. It's gravity of the spirit, the magnetism that follows alignment. Presence becomes a current, invisible but undeniable. Plants turn subtly toward you. Animals pause mid-motion. Children stare without fear. Technology flickers, as if light itself is adjusting to a new source. The ordinary world calibrates around extraordinary frequency, now anchored in flesh. What once drained energy now receives it. The atmosphere does not simply surround, it serves. Air particles hum with recognition, echoing the rhythm of a soul at peace. Heavens has entered the weather. Wind becomes messenger, temperature becomes tone. Where chaos once gathered, equilibrium reigns. You are the light of the world. A city set on a hill cannot be hidden. Matthew 5, verse 14. The chosen senses a difference but does not claim ownership. This magnetism is not charisma, it's covenant. It draws not attention but alignment, pulling hearts and moments toward divine timing. Even silence feels inhabited. Even distance feels near. Those who step close leave changed. They cannot name what they felt. Only that peace had texture. Atmosphere becomes ally. Creation becomes choir, and existence itself moves in rhythm with grace. If the air feels thicker with meaning around you, type 777. It's not imagination, it's calibration. Heaven is synchronizing your environment to your spirit. You have become the still point where worlds align. The transformation did not announce a funeral, yet something was buried. The old image, the face shaped by survival, the posture trained by fear, has faded into memory's dusk. God did not destroy it. He retired it. What once reflected pain now belongs to history's archives. Photographs become time capsules of someone no longer alive. The smile captured there feels foreign, like an actor playing a role that heaven has since rewritten. Even laughter from those days echoes differently, distant and pale. The past version of the chosen served its purpose, to endure, to learn, to break open the soil for new life. Now it sleeps, honored but irrelevant. Old things have passed away. Behold, all things have become new. 2 Corinthians 5, verse 17. Friends speak of how you used to look. Unaware they are describing a ghost. You nod politely, but inside, recognition does not rise. The reflection they remember is no longer available. Heaven archived that file the moment your spirit outgrew it. There was no ceremony, no farewell, only release. Every tear shed in previous seasons became liquid light, fueling this rebirth. The change is not loss but evolution, not disappearance but fulfillment. The former image walked you to the edge of destiny, then stepped aside. What died quietly was a need to resemble anyone else. The face you carry now is not replacement. It's revelation. It belongs to purpose, not the past. If the person you once were feels distant, type 777. You're not detached, you're delivered. Heaven has archived what no longer fits your frequency. The past version of you completed its mission. Every chosen carries a signature that cannot be forged. For some it is voice, for others it is presence. Here it is the face itself, the living seal covenant. Heaven has etched a mark that light alone can read. Angels know it. Darkness respects it. It is not ornament but identification, proof that grace has taken form. The transformation has moved past the private into the public. Wherever the chosen appears, unseen eyes acknowledge the mark. It glows beneath skin like memory of lightning, a residue of dialogue with the divine. The countenance has become an emblem. Holiness has acquired expression. Authority now has features. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. Numbers 6, 24-25. The mark is not reward. It is reminder, a covenant made visible so that purpose can be recognized even in silence. It cannot be replicated by imitation or diluted by doubt. The light knows its owner. Some will notice and turn away, unable to face what exposes them. Others will draw near, guided by the warmth of reverence. Wherever this mark travels, protection travels with it. It is heaven's passport stamped upon flesh, authorizing access to places where fear once barred entry. The chosen does not flaunt it, for the mark is not a medal but a mission. It identifies not who they are, but whose they belong to. Glory has left its fingerprint. If you felt a quiet glow no shadow can touch, type 777. It is a sign of holy identification, the mark of belonging. Heaven's signature is already written across your expression. You carry proof that grace has become visible. Heaven does not alter without intention. Every visible change hides an invisible instruction. When the chosen's reflection shifted, it wasn't vanity, it was vocation. New assignment requires new architecture, and the human frame must match divine frequency. The face became a billboard for heaven's message, grace made visible. Long before the transformation, the preparation began. Years of silence, seasons of breaking, countless unseen prayers, each one a chisel strike. Heaven does not waste pain. It refines it into recognition. Now, when others look at the chosen, they see endurance transfigured into light. The scars are turned to symbols. The weary gaze have become window. For we are his workmanship, created in Christ Jesus for good works, which God prepared beforehand. Ephesians 2 verse 10. The shift happened because the next chapter demanded a new vessel. Old countenance could not carry new covenant. The expression had to match the mission. Authority needed a language beyond words, and so God chose visibility. Those who once saw struggle now witnessed ability. Every feature tells of survival baptized in purpose. This is not a cosmetic miracle. It is an assignment encoded in flesh. The chosen's very existence has become sermon. Heaven changed the face so the world could read the message. Transformation is real, and it is form. The light you see is not decoration. It's deployment. If life has been rearranging you from the inside out, type 777. Heaven is aligning your vessel with your vocation. Every change in your reflection carries reason, a divine briefing written upon your very skin. Recognition precedes understanding. Long before words are formed, spirits communicate in silence. Now, wherever the chosen appears, the atmosphere acknowledges before language catches up. People pause mid-thought, unsure why their hearts accelerate. The air itself whispers familiar, though they cannot recall where they've seen such peace before. This is the mystery of divine recognition, the world remembering what heaven already knows. Something in human memory retains a pattern of glory, and when it reappears, everything in creation bows subconsciously. Even the skeptic feels a pulse of reverence they quickly disguise as curiosity. Deep calls unto deep at the noise of your waterfalls. All your waves and billows have gone over me. Psalm 42, verse 7. The chosen moves quietly, yet the silence behind each step speaks. There is no need for introduction. Souls identify before mouths respond. A single glance transmits volumes. Courage to the fearful, conviction to the proud, calm to the restless. Recognition does not flatter, it awakens. What people sense is not personhood, but presence. Conversations change tone without reason. Crowds soften, arguments lose breath. It is not persuasion, it is proximity to purpose. The divine frequency hums beneath every heartbeat within range, reminding all that holiness still wears human form. The chosen understands. Explanation would reduce revelation, so silence remains a language of recognition. If people have sensed something sacred in you without knowing why, type 777. It's not mystery, it's memory. Their spirits remember what heaven has written on you. Let the recognition speak louder than words ever could. Every revelation comes with a trial. The greater the light, the quieter the response must become. After the transformation, attention followed the chosen like a shadow, eyes observing, hearts whispering, curiosity circling. Yet heaven required stillness, not show. Power must prove itself through restraint. The chosen learns that humility is the true strength of the transformed. It is a discipline of knowing you could speak, but choosing not to. The glow does not need explanation. Holiness never advertises itself. Even angels bow before this kind of composure. Brilliance governed by obedience. Let another praise you, and not your own mouth, a stranger, and not your own lips. Proverbs 27 verse 2. Every compliment becomes a test. Will pride inhale what belongs to God? Every glance of admiration is a mirror asking, who deserves the glory? Humility answers without words. It smiles, thanks gently, and redirects a gaze upward. The true evidence of transformation is not fame, but focus. Those who are truly touched by heaven carry peace instead of performance. The chosen silence becomes sanctuary, a shield that protects purity from the noise of praise. For when heaven promotes, humility must become the uniform. Power restrained is more radiant than power revealed. This is the secret of divine maturity. To glow without grasping, to shine without shouting, to walk as proof without demanding proof. If you've learned to stay silent when others seek attention, type 777. That restraint is strength in disguise. Heaven crowns a humble because silence guards glory. You're passing the same test the saints once faced. At first, the light was subtle, a softness in expression, a warmth in the eyes. But soon, it began to speak louder than words. The chosen's face carried a kind of calm that unsettled noise itself. Even exhaustion could not dim it. Sleep only refined it. This was not cosmetic. It was cosmic, a visible translation of what heaven had already declared invisible. The glow did not come from effort, but surrender. It wasn't achieved. It was allowed. Every smile became benediction. Every breath acquired him. Even tears shimmered differently, like prisms of purified grief. The body had learned to participate in worship simply by existing. Then the righteous will shine like the sun in the kingdom of their Father. Matthew 13, verse 43. This is divine physics, the conversion of spirit into visibility. Heaven's current runs through the veins, illuminating skin from within. It's not beauty as the world defines it. It's radiance born of reconciliation. The chosen has stopped aging by fear and started glowing by faith. Those who pass by feel it before they notice it. A pulse of warmth, a rise of hope, a peace that interrupts thought. Every cell seems tuned to a holy frequency, and the flesh itself preaches. God still restores. It is not miracle on stage, but miracle in mirror, unspoken, undeniable. The glow is not decoration. It is data, proof that transformation has reached the physical realm. If your reflection has felt brighter lately, type 777. You're not imagining it. Your body is translating grace. Heaven is visible in the details now. Every glow, every calm breath, every glance of peace. The world notices what it cannot define. Some call it good lighting, others whisper filter, some accuse of vanity. Yet the unease behind their words reveals awe. They search for science to explain what only spirit can sustain. No serum glows like serenity. No camera captures covenant. Rumors begin softly, disguised as compliments. You look different lately. What changed? But when no product, diet, or method can be named, discomfort grows. For unbelief has no vocabulary for visible grace. It sees proof and calls it trick. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not understood it. John 1 verse 5. Skeptics scroll through old photos, trying to reconcile versions. They notice the same features, but sense another frequency. Jealousy murmurs where reverence should live. They mock what they secretly crave, peace that can't be purchased. Yet those with discernment bow inwardly. They know heaven's touch when they see it. They sense the quiet voltage that hums beneath your skin, a current too holy for algorithms. Their words fail, but their hearts kneel. The chosen does not defend or explain. To justify divine change would be to cheapen it. The misunderstanding of men is proof that heaven has intervened. Confusion becomes confirmation. Even disbelief now serves as testimony. If people can't explain your glow, type 777. It's not deception, it's distinction. Heaven made you evidence that faith leaves fingerprints. Let their confusion preach what your silence already proves. At last, everything within the chosen agrees. Mind, body, and spirit move in one rhythm. No conflict, no resistance. The transformation has completed its orbit. Alignment has become nature. This is what heaven calls harmony. When the visible and the invisible tell the same truth, the face now mirrors heaven's mercy. What was once emotion has become illumination. The eyes reflect peace instead of searching for it. Even silence carries eloquence. Where chaos once found entry, serenity now builds a fortress. And we all, who with unveiled faces contemplate the Lord's glory, are being transformed into his image with ever-increasing glory. 2 Corinthians 3 verse 18. Alignment is not perfection, it's participation. It means heaven can recognize itself in you. Every breath becomes agreement, every heartbeat a hymn. The mirror no longer argues, it worships. This is a restoration of original design. Flesh hosting spirit, spirit guiding flesh. The chosen walks as balance made visible. Crowds feel peace before sound. Animals relax. Light finds new softness around their outline. Creation responds because creation remembers. The image of God has been restored to full clarity. No more effort, no more hiding. Just alignment, quiet, flawless, holy. The reflection finally tells the truth heaven always saw. If you've begun to feel inner stillness spreading outward, type 777. You are walking in restored alignment. The mirror no longer lies. It reflects eternity. Heaven recognizes its image in you again. Night settles softly, but it is not an ending. It is completion. The chosen stand before the unseen altar of stillness, breathing the same rhythm heaven breathes. There is nothing left to ask, only gratitude. Transformation has finished its circle. Glory has learned to live in skin. Create me a clean heart, O God, and renew a right spirit within me. Psalm 51, verse 10. The prayer begins without words. It rises like fragrance, woven from awe and rest. Hands are not lifted in desperation, but in devotion. The body that once trembled now stands balanced between earth and eternity. Lord, thank you for touching what the world could see. Thank you for rewriting reflection into revelation. Let our faces preach before our mouths speak. Let calm become our language and peace our proof. Heaven listens not to volume but to vibration. Every heartbeat becomes a syllable of worship. The glow is no longer an event. It is identity. What once felt like miracle now feels like home. The chosen closes their eyes and sees light behind the eyelids, soft and steady. The transformation is sealed. The alignment holds. In this sacred calm, gratitude becomes gravity, and God smiles through the very face he has restored. If this prayer echoed inside you, type 777. It marks the completion of your own renewal. From now on, may your reflection remind you daily, you are living evidence that God still transforms. If peace has replaced pressure, type 777 once more. It's not routine, it's resonance. Heaven records the alignment of your heart as covenant. Every time you write it, you anchor light deeper into your life. Walk gently, shine naturally. The world sees your face, but heaven sees its reflection. You are not chasing change. You are the change. Carry your calm as crown and remember, glory looks human again.